Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Northern governors are panicking and they are now running to the palace in Sokoto. Why are they panicking? It is clear because the southern governors who are now agreeing to fight the incursion coming from the north, the Fulani jihadists, which seemingly looks like the northern governors are not stopping them in any way, have now gained more momentum and more support by all the 16 southern governors. Today in Ogun State, something phenomenal, something that has never happened in a very long time is about to happen, where the southern governors in their totality, through a consensus, want to call for an alteration of the constitution, where we have not been able to protect ourselves as a people in our region, wherein we will be the one paying for sins that we never for a day committed. This is what we have happening today, November 26, 2025. If you are just joining me, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Welcome to my channel. So, why is it that now the northern governors, over 19 of them, want to meet in Sokoto? Do they want to meet regarding solving this security issue, or they are finding every necessary means to sabotage the efforts of the South? If there's anybody in Nigeria, if there's any region in Nigeria that has always at every point in time fight against destitute, fight against insurgent, it is in the South. Because right from our traditional leaders to our political elites to even to the business gurus, you will understand that terrorism will never hold sway in the South. Take a look at how the IPOB issue has been settled. Take a look at how the MASOP issue was settled in the past. Take a look at how the OPC saga was settled in the early 2000s. Take a look at how Igboho was settled. I mean, these were all movements that were so sensational. These are movements that could have led to the total disintegration of the South. These are movements that could have turned South to a place that is not safe. But you will realize that in most cases, the Southern traditional leaders, former political leaders in the South, former generals will come out, have dialogue, find every necessary means to solve it. But is that the case in the North? Is that the case in the North? Has there ever been a time you would see the Sultan of Sokoto leading a crusade, calling all the other leaders of the North, maybe calling the El Kanem of Borno, maybe calling the Zauzau of Kaduna, maybe calling the Emir of Kano? Let us sit together. Let us condemn this thing. Let us lead a dialogue. Have you seen them do that? Have you seen them do that? Now, the northern governors suddenly realize they can meet. Oh, now the northern governors suddenly realize that insecurity should be contained. We are not going to be fooled. I have always said it, that insecurity in every community is local. That's one. Secondly, insecurity will persist when the politicians, the leaders, of course, are complicit. And complicitness comes in various ways. One, you are looking away. You are shy to speak against it. Secondly, you keep giving excuse, like the man Shegumi. Are all the northern governors not expected to be calling for the arrest of Shegumi? Are they not supposed to be calling for his arrest? But you know what? Most times, in fact, they make him the ambassador of peace negotiator. They make Shegumi the ambassador of bandit negotiator. Yes. Shegumi will come out and tell you, Tinubu should not wipe out these people. They just simply want to enjoy a good life. They are Nigerians. The government does not do anything for them. These people have cattle. I mean, if I want to open my shop as a pepper seller, will I run to the government and tell her, okay, give me capital? I will hustle for it. That is how we have, why and how we have found ourselves. That entitlement mentality, it has gotten to that point of expiration. It has gotten to that point of expiration. And I have always said it, that it is when the South finally agree to do what? collaborate as a unit. Only then will we see that the North indeed are vulnerable. I know that the 19 Northern governors, oh, my dear Middle Beltans, no, I know what they will do to them. I know what they will do to them. Because in the just concluded Arewa Consultative Forum, the Middle Beltans said that stop putting us in that core Northern agenda. Without our own consent, without our agreement, without our nod, do not include us in that core Northern agenda. And that is true. Because the North cannot tell me that they will not respect the dignity of the Middle Belt. Oh, that era of worry is gone, long gone. Tinubu will be on the side of the Middle Belters. Of course. About where they find votes before Uncle. The Middle Belters must decide their fate. I cannot cry enough. And I cannot be crying more than the bereaved. Because I have advised them enough. So many Nigerians have told the Middle Belters, you are the one that will decide your fate. Seemingly, the Kwara State people too. They must decide their fate. Do you want to be on the side of the Southwest, or you want to continue to be with your slave masters, the Fulanese? Yes, because we have a caliphate in Kwara, and that has an historical context to it, which I'm not going to discuss now. However, we know that this emergency Northern governors meeting is a scheme to come out with an excuse why the Southern governors' demand should not be granted. Yes. It's going to be an interesting day going forward, because I know I have always said it that the movement of Tinubu will be the beginning of the end of Nigeria. The tribal politics Tinubu keeps playing, the tribal conservative politics, because he wants to win the second term. And now, in his first time, when he wanted to become the president, he played the Akitola style of politics, which is, let me work with my Fulani brothers. All right? And they believed him. He rode on their back. He rode on their back, which is the Muslim agenda. And he won. The North actually gave Tinubu the vote. I mean, no doubt. Because the Southern Nigerian people, the Middle Belt Nigerian people, initially did not like Tinubu because of so many corruption allegation cases, so many things about Tinubu that he's too greedy, too self-centered. I mean, we know this, right? There's no need to sugarcoating it. But today, most of us who never supported Tinubu in 2023, when Tinubu got there, they not wanted to turn him to a toy. They wanted to turn him to a remote. When Tinubu said, I will stop the dollar racketeering business, that was when the problem started. And then they started saying that Tinubu will go. Now we make on that. And this is a man who doesn't love to be threatened. He said, oh, okay. Me, maybe I don't get Godfather. Nagoyera. And that was when he now started his tribal political appointment. He started, instead of not getting the juicy positions, he started pumping it into the Middle Belt. I'm narrating how the Northern Division started. This is how it demystified the North. He started pumping it. INEC, North Central. NNPC, North Central. Chief of Army Staff, North Central. All, in fact, you know, and what do you look at it? WAEC, JAM, North Central. Everything. Yoruba in the police, Yoruba in this. Then they not say, this man, oh my goodness, we don't go we don't go hook. Then they vow that Tinubu must go. And that was when Tinubu started getting the sentiment of the Southern people, of the Middle Beltern people. And today we can see that almost all the Southern governors are in APC. In the Southeast, 3 governors have joined. Is it 3? Yes. 3 governors are in APC today, excluding Anambra, and I think I can't remember the last state, right? Excluding Anambra. Or I think it's only Anambra. I think it's only the 4th state. You can imagine. This is the least region I believe will be in APC. Enugu, APC. Imo, APC. Abia, okay, and Abia is in Labour Party. But there are still possibilities that Abia will still join APC. But what am I trying to say is the Southern governors do not in any way reject constitutional reform, whether not by force, whether not by dialogue, but they are ready, they are coming together, because we will not open our eyes. We are managing our corruption in the south, jeje, but terrorism is not part of it. The era of kidnapping, the era of bombing, the era of shooting, abducting young girls in the south, we've had our own fair share in the past. Now we are trying to contain it, which is what we call having baby factory in the southeast, in some parts of organ harvesting in southwest. These are things that we are combating, and we don't want to have additional Fulani Janjaweed to come and join us. I mean, you can imagine what happened just yesterday. A two trailer loaded with people coming from all the way from Chad, all the way from Sudan. They came in through Adamawa, and you know the link of Adamawa Taraba is to cross the river. These people, they were captured by the local police, local vigilantes. They asked them, where are you people coming from? They couldn't talk. They asked them, show me your ID card. No ID card. Out of 600 of them that were captured in those trailers, each trailer was carrying nothing less than 300 people. Out of those 600 human beings, not more than 50 were Nigerians. The remaining are foreigners, both women and men. So you can tell me, and in that trailer, they found some ammunition there, right? They found some ammunition there. So you can imagine what is going to happen, right? You can imagine if the local vigilantes were not up and doing. You see, this is why we have always said it, that make we just get this simple dialogue. Local policing is the way. I'm telling you, local policing is the way. The North will not support it unless, of course, we fight our way through it. On this issue of local policing, now fight we go fight am. We don't go sit down for round table come talk say okay, any Fulani man that is coming from Sokoto that wants to enter Ogun State now must show me ID card. They'll tell you no, that's profiling, no, that they will start. So some Fulani elders that they don't even know what is ID card, but they are Nigerians, their papa and mama is Nigerian. No, we cannot be doing that. They'll start bringing such unnecessary rhetorics. I don't understand. Your governors, your government in the north, immediately they burn you, make it compulsory that nobody should live here without ID card. You get your national ID card for your son, you get your own national ID card as a parent, you are entitled to this support. C'est fini. So that you can move freely. But you know why? They have their own sinister agenda. Yes. The Fulani elders are usually the food machineries. These are the people that will go and carry out reconnaissance. They take the knowledge and the map of that vicinity. They will have grazed in that place for like 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months. Oh, this is where if anything happens, if you enter here, you follow here, you bust out here, boom. Follow here, you enter another state, boom. So they will now invite the gunmen who will come and attack, kidnap, rob. You can see it's a very lucrative business that they are doing. Abi? So you can imagine the northern governors in their meeting, I am damn sure, will not come out and say Nigeria should finally adopt state police. They won't do it. They will never do it. They won't, because they know the day that happens, yes, insecurity will reduce. In the north, I cannot guarantee. But in the south, it will reduce. In fact, in the north, I think it will reduce. Because in some states, Fulanis are not a majority. Take a look at Kaduna. A young man known as Musa Nura. This is a man who in 2020, 2021 was just a normal vigilante, a brave one indeed. He was so notorious, he was so popular and so feared by bandits. Okay? This is a man who be say in Kaduna there, at one point in time, he was able to rescue 1,000 cattle. I'm telling you. But unfortunately for him, he existed when El-Rufai was the governor of Kaduna State. We don't know what happened to this man, but this man all of a sudden was arrested and he was jailed for 45 years. This is a man who, I mean, go and look it up. Musa Nura. This man, a local hunter who has always been disrupting the operations of bandits in Kaduna, particularly in, is it something Rijaka or something? In Kaduna State. Kaduna Central and in Southern Kaduna axis. This man. So many people have called for Buhari to give him a national award because this man risked his life. At the end of the day, before Buhari left, that guy got 45 years. Simply because he was fighting against bandits, cattle rustlers. You know, this might look like maybe I am telling lies. Take a look at the issue of Sunday Jackson. What did Sunday Jackson do? Almost all of my viewers know the story of Sunday Jackson. A man who defended himself because a Fulani elder illegally encroached his farm. And when he challenged that Fulani man, he brought out the cutlass, macheted him. In return, Jackson, maybe he has learned martial law, maybe not taekwondo, who knows. He collected the cutlass, he struck the guy. Unfortunately, the Fulani man lost his life. Self-defense. What happened to self-defense? What happened through fighting? The story was narrated. Eyewitnesses saw the incident. In fact, I think it was captured on video. But what did Sunday Jackson get? Death by hanging. Sunday Jackson issue got to America. That is the moment I know that in the South, if we want the security of our people, we must have our governors begin to speak up. And I'm so happy because the Southwesterners are leading this course. I am so happy because the Southwest are now the one telling the remaining Southern governors. Yes, not one state is left behind in the South. All of them, all the 16 of them, are meeting in Ogun State. In fact, that meeting don't start. That meeting that I'm talking about, it don't start as I speak. That this insecurity, no. If these people the kind of money where they go make for South, Chineke may they enter Oyo, enter Imo, enter Enugu. Oh, you know the kind of billionaires where food here. Jesus. That will be the beginning of the end of the South. And I love the way our Southern governors have woken up. I just hope that nothing happens. Because Tiwa Danjuma has told us, waiting on the army, you are sleeping on a bicycle. Tiwa Danjuma said it. Tiwa Danjuma said that they are colluding. Yes, he said it. He didn't say it once, he didn't say it twice. He has said it in many multiple. In fact, Tiwa Danjuma was a former chief of defense staff, a top military general. He said the Nigerian army of today are colluding with the bandits. Because if they're not colluding, how could they have left KB 40 minutes, just 40 minutes? Nothing, they just left there. That KB state, KB secondary school, government school. They left that place and 40 minutes after the bandits came, abducted nothing less than 20-something girls. Today, the kidnappers have released a video that it is not the army that rescued you guys. We are releasing you. Of course, they might have get paid. And that gets me very, very afraid that what Danjuma said might actually be true. Let us watch how the bandits said they released the girls that it wasn't the Nigerian army. Then you will know that indeed there's a serious issue and the South must unite, because that's the only way to our sovereignty. Otherwise, we might fall under the arms, under this Janjaweeds and expansionists.
There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and, of course, in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. The ethnic cleansing must stop in Taraba State. It must stop in all the states of Nigeria. Otherwise, Somalia will be a child's play. I ask every one of you to be alert